Hey friends, welcome back to Storytime with Mr. Allen. Today we have a very different topic today. I want to talk about technology use amongst students. Part of my role here in the library is that I am a homeroom teacher and an advisory teacher for a grade 6 class. And so we've been talking a lot about digital safety and using phones and using computers and what does that look like and how much time we're using those. We were looking at Common Sense Media. We're watching videos about what cell phone use does to you and how it hunches your back over and is not great for your eyes and your brain and all these things in sleep. So as a class, we decided we were going to have a tech-free day. 24 hours, no tech. Now, I know what you're saying. How can we handle a no tech day? If we're at school, we need to be using our computers. It's part of the curriculum. So here's what we said. You may use tech for the following reasons. If you have to call or text your parents, okay, you can use your tech. And if a teacher requires you to use it in class, you can use your tech. Otherwise, from 8 a.m. on a Thursday morning until 8 a.m. on a Friday morning, we agreed, teachers and students, we were going tech free. So we started Thursday, 8 a.m. The first thing we talked about, and we talked about this for a few weeks to get ready, we talked about what are you going to do after school? What are you going to do at lunch? How are you going to spend your time when you can't be gaming and you can't be watching TikTok and YouTube? What are you going to do? What am I going to do? Right? I'm just as addicted to the phone as everybody else. So it was this big discussion that we had, and the day finally came and we started. 20% of my students said they felt successful in this challenge. 20% could go one day tech-free. That means 80% couldn't do it. Here's what happened. They got to classes. They were using their computers to check other stuff. I had teachers who said they took tech away because students were using it. I went to lunch. Here were my kids doing Minecraft and YouTube during lunch. They were so addicted. I told these kids, don't bring your phone to school. I said, I left my phone not at school. I left my phone at home because I didn't want the temptation. None of my students left their phones at home. And I said, why are you bringing a phone to school? It's just temptation. I saw sixth graders walking around with it in their hands. You want to talk about temptation? Put a phone in your hand. So we talked about it. And they had a really hard time, they said, not using tech at home after school, in the evening. Half of the class, 50%, used tech at home after dinner, even though they knew that they shouldn't be. They could not control themselves. They used it for TikTok. They used it for YouTube. They used it for messaging. They used it for gaming. All right? They said that they just could not find something else to do with their free time. When they were going to the bathroom, when they were at lunch at school, they just had this struggle of, we need this tech all the time. We have some students in our grade 6 class who are addicted to tech. It's very obvious. This is a discussion that we're having with them all the time. If you look in the description of the video, I'll put some of the other videos that we have been watching and the link to Common Sense Media if you want to find out more about that. So I said to my students, I said, how did it make you feel, this no tech day? Because all of them participated in parts of the no tech day. And they said it made them feel boring. It made them feel like they were going to melt. They were tired. They felt terrible. They felt tempted. They felt bad. They felt empty inside. Friends, one day, not even one day, and they just felt deflated, defeated. It was something that they couldn't handle, right? So I said, what did you think of the day overall? They said, it was the worst day ever. They said, please never let's do this day again. We can't handle a day without our phones. We can't handle an hour without our phones. These are my students who are 11 and 12 years old, right? For me, it was a great day. I got 2,000 extra steps at work. I got a lot of things done that normally I wouldn't do? I spent a lovely day tech free. I got an extra hour of sleep because I didn't have to wake up in the morning to check the sports, to check the email, to check the news. It was very liberating. But at the same time, I didn't carry my phone all day. And so I have told grade 6 we are going to try again because we were not successful the first time. And I think in life, if you're not successful with something, you really should try it again and see if you can do better the next time. So whether you out there watching, whether you're a student or a teacher or a parent, I want you to think about your tech use. And I want you to think about the tech use of those around you. As I was watching my students at lunch the other day, and they were sitting there without their phones, and their friends in other classes were sitting right next to them, just busy gaming away in zombie mode, and my kids were just drooling, watching over the shoulders of their friends. We have a tech problem, and I think every school does. I'm not saying we should get rid of it. I'm not saying we should have tech-free days, but it is something that we need to fix. We need to fix it at school. We need to fix it amongst ourselves. We need to be role models. You need to be role models. I hope that you found this story to be interesting and thought-provoking. Leave a comment if you have ever tried going 24 hours without tech. And if you haven't, give it a try. I think you'll love it. All right, friends, that's it for me today. Have a great day. Bye.